man, I just fucked that up. I tried to make it bigger.
Sometimes you can't make it bigger, bro.
Oh, that's what she said.
All right, I think we're good. I'm just gonna roll in. Make sure I got nothing reverbed up. What's up, my baby?
What's going on?
Welcome to the Synth Fighter. Episode, what are we on now? Episode 13 or something?
I believe so, yes.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. I think everything's going good over on the stream front here. Looks clear. Obviously, we depend on the chat to let us know if it's coming in smooth, coming in clear. Let's see who we got in here.
Digging the Afro beat, man.
Yeah, Afro beats, man. Welcome to the Synth Fighter. Tonight, we're going to be talking about top 3 Behringer synthesizers, Moog Muse, Solar 42 by Elta. We're going to be talking about the Behringer K2 MK2. We're going to be talking about all that and other. And it don't mean we're going to agree, but we're here. You know what I mean? And before we get going, my brother just left. We had a great trip, my friend. It was pretty good, brother, I gotta say.
Cool.
It was very awesome having here, man. I was super pumped. We spent like 5 days together, super fun.
That's awesome, man. You hadn't seen him since when, you said?
It was a little while ago, but he hasn't been in the air since 2016. When he got back from Korea, he got married, had a kid, and then been transplanted doing his thing since then, and
cool.
Got a beautiful little girl, and we hung out, man, mano y mano, drank some beers, went to the beach, chilled.
Very cool. Look at that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, dude?
That is gorgeous, dude.
This is knives and synths, my baby.
No.
You know what I mean? I didn't know
that. Dude, that's like Rambo material right there.
I didn't know that I was addicted to knives, but now I am, dude. And just because it's cool, it's got nothing to do with me, nothing. I just bought it off this website, and this website's
which is very cool.
Super cool. It's right here. If anybody wants to check it out, it's pretty awesome. Just because I did a video on it the other night. It's called Blade. What is it? Blade-City. And that's where you get these big baby blades. You can get swords. You can get medieval swords, axes, maces, anything you want. You know, out the top knives. I think.
How's the steel on that? Is it?
Dude, I don't know, man. It feels like friggin' heavy as heck. Feels solid, sharp as you know what. And dude, you got to protect your synthesizers, right? When you're spending thousands of dollars on synthesizers, you got to protect them. You know, there's other home protection too, but we're just talking about this for now. You know what I'm saying? I
showed my wife that live because we were eating during that. I had it up on the iPad, and
yeah.
So my wife goes, so if you get a katana, where you going to put it? And I said, well, they look really nice right here on the wall in the living room. She's like, no, that's not going to happen. Yeah. So I said, well, then I'd have to put it in the studio because there's a wall that's free over there. So I'd have to get the short sword, the long sword, and get a nice wooden rack for it. And then I could protect my synths that way.
Yeah. And listen, this isn't a sponsor. This is just a site I found. And I got a box of knives show up, and I thought it was cool. So,
yeah,
if you're into it, check it out. Blade-City. Shout out to Blade-City. It came, took a little while to get here, not too long, but when it got here, man, I was pleasantly surprised. So, yeah, back to the show. Nothing to do with that. Oh, one other thing I wanted to show you. Samurai sent me an email the other day. His name is Mark Baker, because I always throw it out there. I'm like, if any of the Samurais out there, any of the synth renegades, any of the echo casters, any of the synth punks, any of the Vic Corftrons, any of the machines ones, anybody who's anybody, if you want any help promoting anything you got going on, fire me an email and I'll always throw it up on the show, because that's what we do for each other. And
yes. Same here, man. I'll do the same thing on my show too. You know what I mean?
Just fire me an email, throw me in there what you're promoting. I don't know if it's music, CDs, books, knives, whatever you got on the go, underwear, whatever you're into. And here it is. His name is Mark Baker. He makes manuals for Behringer, not for Behringer, because Behringer's manuals don't always explain things properly.
Really cool.
So he's got the Behringer XR18 digital mixer handbook. He's got the X32 modest. He's got a bunch, and they're good prices, $20, you know, part one, part two. So that's cool. So that's over on Amazon. I'll throw it in the links to the show after. Actually,
that's awesome.
What I'll do is I'll just throw it in the I'll throw it in the chat right now if anybody wants to check it out. If anyone got one of those mixers, then probably be a handy book to have. So that's that. So that's Mark Baker. Shout out to him. That's cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
And what have you been up to, bro? Before we get into the madness.
Oh, you know, working, you know, I like the what you like to call it, the salt mine. I was in work the other day and I said it was time to leave. And I said, all right, it's time to take that elevator up to the surface. And they're looking at me going, what are you talking about?
That's right, dude. You got to get back to reality, you know, because you know what's one thing about work? I'll tell you something about work that I notice. Work is like
slavery.
Yeah. And I shouldn't say nobody. But most people aren't truly being themselves. They have to step into an avatar when they go into the job. You know, it's very interesting. You step into an avatar, depending on what your position is, and now you suddenly have become this character in, I guess, what we can call the Matrix. You know, you're living like a weird double life. And then when you get home, listen, bro, you ain't hanging around with your coworkers like you're hanging around with your missus. You know that.
Well, it's funny because or
the boys.
I'm pretty much the same in work, but I do notice that with people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too.
That they're like, I don't care. You know what I mean?
It's an observation.
And they literally, they're like, nobody like you, Jay. Well, that's, you know, I'm just like, what are you going to do, man?
Because you know why, Jay, baby? Because you're a life renegade, bro. You're not just a synth renegade, dude. You're a life renegade.
All right, I like that.
I dig that too, and I'm pretty sure everybody in the chat probably feels the same way. So that's what I say sometimes when I go to work. I always pretend I'm walking into a sitcom, and there's just tons of characters, and that makes the day a little more enjoyable if you feel like you're on set.
And dude, we laugh. Like, I work in a repair room, and we laugh all day long. Yeah. It's just the stupidest crap that comes out of our mouths is just hilarious. You know what I mean? We listen to all kinds of music. Excuse me. But yeah, I mean, so that's what I've been doing. I've been doing a lot of work. I've been working a lot, odd hours again, but whatever, it is what it is. And you know, you got to make that money to buy those synths. You got to make that money to keep your head above water and pay those bills. And
that's what we're trying to do, baby. When you got all gas, no brakes, you need to make that cheese to,
and I tell you, I've been surfing a lot, looking at the Solar. I've been looking at the Muse again. Yeah, and we're going to get into that.
Good segue. So right off the bat, we're going to start the show with the gas radar. You know, the gas radar. If you're in the chat, throw anything in there. What's on your gas radar at the moment? I know, Echo, you got your gas radar is getting quite expensive, my brother. You've entered a new atmospheric realm of prices, haven't you?
Yeah, and I think it was it on? I think it was on Synth Punk's channel last night. By the way, shout out to Synth Punk. That was great last night, man.
Good streams. He's made for live streams. He's born to live stream, I think.
And I respected how he basically said he doesn't give a shit about nuking his channel and stuff.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
He nukes it.
And that's fine, man. You know, but somebody had said to me, they're like, "Oh, Echo, I thought that was way too expensive for you," because I think it's an American dollars was the Solar 42 is what is it? It's $2,082 or something like that in US currency. And I said no. I rebutted back and I said no. I said I would pay up to $2,000 to $2,500 for a synth. And I did say that a long time ago. It's still very expensive for me. But I mean, you know, I paid upwards of that kind of money for my Rev 2 and for I paid $2,000 for my Matrix Brute. You know, and there it is right there. So the Solar, and it's the new one, the Solar 42F.
It's friggin' gorgeous, bro.
it's the coolest thing, man. And so, you know, then I watched a video from Anderton's Music this morning. And Jack was playing the Muse.
The Muse came back. Did it? Your temperature started to rise again?
Dude, I just sat there and I went, man, this thing is gorgeous. And, you know, I did a live show today and you know, I have to say, I mean, you know, then somebody said, well, the Rev 2 can make those sounds. And then you.
Hey, what's up, dude? What are you talking about?
What did you say? You said,
Rev 2 can't make those sounds. And plus it got DCO, so it's a poser.
That's what you said.
Yeah.
It's a poser. And everybody in the chat was like, dude, he's just busting him on you. And I'm like, yeah, I know. But no, so I mean, I can get a lot of those sounds out of the Rev 2. And it sounds gorgeous, you know, but I said this today. There's something about the warmth of a Moog synthesizer, you know. And I messaged Anderton's today and said, could you please do a video with the Jupiter X, which I know is digital, and the Moog Muse together? You know how they do the shootouts, the patch shootouts?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
You know, I think that would be really interesting. Because I still think the Muse is it's a killer synth, man.
The Muse is killer, man. And speaking of Muse, man, like, so okay, so you got, before we get into, you got the gas for the Solar 42 and the Muse. Is there something that would, like, if you had $3,500 right now, would you go Solar 42 or would you get a Muse? If you had that cash right now, no strings attached, your missus gave it to you and said, baby, you're so beautiful. I love that new hairstyle you got going on. It's got me all sprung. Here's $3,500. Do what you want with it.
Yeah, that's not going to happen, but I like to dream too. But no, but so here's my thing. So I have something coming in the middle of September, I was told.
What?
Yeah, that's the Sonic Sonicaware Ambient Zero.
Yeah.
So I'm on that waiting list and it is coming. So here's I mean, it's definitely not the Solar.
Yeah.
Right. But if I can get close to doing things like what I've seen in some of the videos with that for $250, then maybe in 2025, Moog might knock at my door.
So I watched a video just before I ate dinner tonight from Miles Away, and he did a 45-minute video on the Solar 42.
Yeah, he's very good, actually.
Man, say what you want. The guy is a professional. All right? He's a professional. The videography is amazing.
Yeah.
The sound quality is amazing. His videos never skip. They're like just,
right?
It's just, hey, it's top notch, you know? And he was saying that this is an amazing synthesizer too, but he said you really gotta, when you get it, you can get some awesome stuff at it, but you also gotta be aware that you have to really dial stuff in. You know, and tune it up and get it into, you know, you really got to dial your sounds in. You ain't just flicking it on and coming up with exactly what you want with.
Exactly.
Know? So, and that's the beauty of this $250 Ambient Zero from Sonicaware is it's kind of deep, but you can flick it on and instantly you got exactly what you're looking for, which is that ambient coloring of sound.
Right.
That's what's cool about it, I think.
And that's what I'm kind of like, I'm still kind of pulling back on it. Plus the fact, you know, it is a boutique piece.
Yeah.
And I think, I forget where are they from? Where they're out of like
Elka sounds, I don't know. Is it Italian?
No, Elta. I thought
anybody know where Elka is? Let's see if it says in the
like
site.
Ukrainian or something or.
Oh, it's Ukrainian. I remember a bunch of Ukrainian people when everyone was all like not hugging Ukraine. They were someone I think shouted out this company. I'm not sure. I don't really know. Anybody know where they're from in the chat? Where is Elka Synthesizers from? Anybody know? But what do you think of the Devo Yellow? I know Synthpunk loves the Devo Yellow.
Yeah, he liked that one. Yeah, I'm not a fan of yellow.
Yeah, you don't like yellow. What else?
I don't like.
What are the colors they got? Yeah, you don't like the Cream Dream either.
No, I do. I like the.
What about the military green? Is that green? Oh,
that's kind of cool. I saw that one. So before they had that one, they had the 50. It was called the Solar 50.
Yeah.
So, and I watched the Nick Bat videos like 3 years ago. They came out with that.
Oh, pink.
They're an interesting company because they only come out with 2 or 3 products at a time, and then they discontinued them, and then they just go. They kind of remind me of Dreadbox in a way.
Okay, yeah.
You know, they build, because they're boutiques, they build what they build, and then they, you know, discontinue and they come out with something different. And so the thing about the boutique thing that kind of bothers me is the fact, number one, that it is very expensive because, you know, they're all built by hand, right?
Looks nuts.
It's crazy, dude. Do you see those? If you pull that, yeah, see those, there's 4 little like golf ball looking things.
Golf balls. Yeah, I do.
Okay. Those are like light sensitive. So like a D-beam. Remember the D-beam?
Yeah.
Those are kind of like D-beams. So you can control the oscillator or the modulation with that, which I thought was kind of cool. You know, if you're playing live, that would be great. I mean, obviously, you know, I'm not playing live, but I mean, I just think it's a cool piece. But if, like you said, if I get out of that, the Ambient Zero, what I'm expecting to get out of it, out of the box, I'll be happy with that.
Fair enough. I think you're going to be happy with it. Again, dude, $2,000. If I had the money, I would get that, because this is one of those things where, you know, when you hear something and then you look at it and you're like, oh, okay, that's what I like. I know I would like it. You know you'd like it. That's the same thing I heard with this ambient. But if you can satisfy that ambient urge for $250, baby, that puts you so much closer to the Muse.
Yeah, it's closer to the Muse or the Jupiter X.
Or the Jupiter X, because that's still on the gas
going
radar.
Like this.
That's still on the radar.
You know, so I mean, but every time I hear the Muse, so I played was it Victor Crofttron? How do you say it? I'm sorry, dude. I always mess up his name.
I just call him Vicky.
Yeah, so I played Vic's video, 2 of them actually, and I mean, he's in love with that thing, and I don't blame him. And it looks like, from what I can tell, most people that buy this thing, it's like their centerpiece now.
Oh, dude, and there's just like I watched a video of a guy the other day. I think it was like, he said 2 weeks with the Muse, and he said after 2 weeks with the Muse, he wasn't Synth Mafia eater, just regular dude. He said after 2 weeks with the Muse, he doesn't use any of his other synthesizers now. But he's like a doll builder, you know, boom, 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 boom. So he's a you know, I don't know what you call those Lego stackers, musical Lego stacker, right?
Well, I mean, then, you know, I mean, like Synth Punk, you know, he's bent on the, you know, the
Polybrute,
the Pro.
Oh, the Pro 3,
the Pro 3. And you know, it's funny because a lot of people say the Pro 3. What's the other one? By Sequential? Is it Sequential?
Sequential is the Pro 3.
Yeah, the other one though. I'm trying to think of. No.
Monophonic?
Is it Sequential, or is it Oberheim? I don't know. Go ahead.
TEO5?
No, the big one. It's a big one.
Big Daddy? Matrix Fruit?
I'm so freaking bad with names, dude.
You think about it.
Is it Idiom or something like that? Or
the Waldorf Iridium.
Something like that. But, you know, those are so expensive too.
Yeah, they're expensive.
Like, you know, like
the Quantum.
Like Synth Punk says, you know, that, you know, he loves the Pro 3 and he's content with it and this, that, and the other thing. And he's got the Rev 2. And I just look at it and I go, you know, man, I go, it's one of those things where the Moog Muse, I think, and I said this before, and I know people are going to be like, geez, you guys are talking about the Muse again. But it's because every time some video surfaces from it, you just sit there and go, holy crap. You know what I mean? Like,
I know. That's the thing.
It's weird. And like I always said this, it's definitely what the Moog 1 should have been. And the other thing is, if you play that video with Jack, Jack even says that. He said, I was able to get sounds out of this thing that I could get on the Moog 1. He goes, but the Moog 1 was lacking presets. And he said, and a guy said to him, oh, well, it's really made to program. Well, yeah, that's cool and everything, man. But, you know, you spending that kind of money on a synth, you want to have presets.
Yeah.
You know? So I don't know.
That's how I feel too. I feel like when you're getting 2Gs, dude, you got to be able to store patches and have patches, you know, unless you're going for the T-Rex, the mini Moog, you know?
Yeah.
So Andrew Patak, he just asked if the ARP 2600 full size availability from Korg. You know anything about that? I don't know anything about the full size availability of the ARP 2600. They're probably I know what Korg's doing. Korg's doing some weird stuff.
I know that when they came out with that, that was a limited run. And it came with a giant ATA road case. It was huge. It came with the keyboard. It was definitely the original model of the 2600. That in turn made me, because I played one, I think I talked about this a long time ago. I played one at the Synth Museum. And I couldn't wait to get my hands on one, but they were so expensive. And then all of a sudden, 30 years later, we've got Behringer making the 2600. And so I bought one of those and I loved it. And I played with it for a while and I sold it.
Yeah. I mean, I really like that mini. I like the mini ARP 2600. But again, are you going to get a Korg 2600 when you can get a Behringer 2600? Now, I know Hans Volt is here. Just hear me out for a second. Just hear me out for a second, Hansi, baby. Just hear me out. The 2600 sounds very good. Everyone who has it sounds very good. It's not the same. Maybe it don't got the balls that the Korg got. I don't know. But, man, what a price difference.
I wouldn't say that.
I owned it. I know everybody that owns it. It's like, man, this thing is primo mimo.
I owned it. Everything on it was fine. The faders were all, they felt good. Nothing was cheesy about that synth at all. And I played the Korg 2600, the full size at NAMM.
Yeah.
I think I have a video of it somewhere on my channel, and I played it. And I mean, yeah, it's a solid build, man. It was to spec. You know what I mean? And even the keyboard that it came with was solid, and it felt nice. I mean, it's Korg. Korg. Even though the OP6 and WaveState and the Mod Wave, those they feel they're plasticky and stuff. They're still solid little units.
I love them. I wish there were the modules, but I love them.
Yeah, the modules. The faders and the knobs on them feel great.
Feel good, man. I'll feel good right here. I got it right here.
The keypad. It's kind of
whatever. I ain't Mozart, so I don't give a shit about keybeds. People always talk about keybeds. I'm like, man, I don't care about keybeds.
When you play my Rev 2, you're gonna care about keybeds.
Dude, I don't know. Don't get that Rev 2 under. Okay, so let's jump on over here. Speaking of the Muse, we're gonna check out the Muse here, the Muse and the Solar 42, a couple videos. But the Moog Muse is selling like hotcakes. That look what happened. Look what we have here.
Oh.
Now, the old Oberheim has given you a 20% off for limited time only. I think it's forever, actually, limited time only.
So it's like 800, what is it?
I think it's $1,000 off.
$1,000 off.
The keyboard, 700 off the module. Still not enough. Still not going to be competitive with the Muse.
Because it's what? It's $8,000, right?
It's $8,000. Uncle Jerry loves Oberheim, so there's a I don't know what you call it. It's like Coke and Pepsi. Some people love Oberheim, some people love Muse.
Doesn't Uncle Jerry have an original?
I think Uncle Jerry's got a load of Moogs. Uncle Jerry, if you're in the chat there, baby, let us know what Oberheims you got in your collection.
Yeah, I think he's got an original.
So yeah, 20% off, $1,000 off of the flagship. And so that makes it $4,000, I guess, or $5,000. I don't even know how much it's going for. Then $700 off the module. So that just shows you that the Muse is disrupting that little market there at the moment, right? Now I'm just waiting for the Polybrute to come down to 35.
I think so. I think. I don't know. The Polybrute didn't come down at all, right? Yet
it hasn't moved yet because they gotta keep. You can't just drop it right away.
Well, Arturia is weird like that. I mean, they did that with the Matrix Brute.
Yeah.
And then they discontinued it, so you can't even get a new Matrix Brute now. You can't get one in Noir. You can't even get one.
I know, dude, but you can get a Matrix Brute for $900 on Reverb right now. That's insane for
Which
that
is pretty
type
cool.
of beast. It's crazy. And I think the shipping was $100 or there was 2 Hans Volt sent, two Matrix Brute for $900. That's nuts.
Yeah, that's great.
All right, so this is Vic Korftron. You played this one on your live jam or your live show today, but I listened to it and I was like, holy cow. This thing,
Holy cannoli.
The patch he made on this was absolutely mental. So let's just have a little listen. This is the amazing Vic Korftron. Head over, check out his site, like and subscribe. It's awesome. He's got tons of sweet Moog Muse videos going on now, and I think he's going to be making many, many more. But the level that he went from the first video where he just played a preset to this one here, that a patch he created from scratch.
He did say today on the show that he was going to make a Blade Runner patch for me.
Oh,
and he's going to post it. So I can't wait to hear that. So
I love it. Synth Renegades for life. Here's one right here in the wild with the Muse. Let's check it out.
You got to have headphones on.
Gotta have headphones. All right, Andrew Patak, take it easy, baby. You the man. This here split patch, whatever he's got going on here, is crazy.
It's freaking awesome.
Dude. Like, you know what? I'd say this patch alone right now is probably the best patch I've heard from anybody who's got any patches out there, because there's just so much happening right here. Don't you think?
Is Vic in the chat?
I don't know if Vic's in the chat or not. Let me have a quick look.
He should come out with a patch set.
I don't think Vic. Oh yeah, Vic's in the chat. Yeah, dude, this here. Let's keep playing it for a second because it's just so awesome, man. That's $1 million patch right there.
So it sounds awesome.
That's
it's
a
wicked,
$1 million patch.
It's wicked Blade Runner too, dude. It's like
if you could put that in a movie right now, that patch alone you could probably be used in so many film scores. It's crazy.
Yeah. And what I love about it is that bass line kind of thing, the distortion that's on it, but then you hear that clear. That clear, like, you know,
it's just
so good,
deep, dude.
So good.
It's so freaking deep. One more time. Okay, that patch will make me buy that thing. Don't you think?
No, it's awesome. It just, that's what I'm saying. It's like, I don't think there's anything in my studio that sounds like that.
No, dude. I'm telling you, Moog, if you're watching, which you're probably not, but if you are, contact Vic, man, and get him to do some patch designing, because that's a sound. Imagine if you pulled out the Moog Muse, you put on Bank C, Patch F, and it was called Starship Lollipop, and you just went, you'd be like, holy mother of God. Because
no, it's and it's definitely soundtrack material.
Soundtrack material, big time. So, anyways, everyone go over, give Vic a sub, like, share, and subscribe. And Vic, man, make a preset pack for that, because that's you got some. That's hyper talent, dude. Don't you think?
Oh yeah, and what's cool about it is he's one of the renegades that, you know, what I love about it is that he's been in our chat. He's been part of the whole Samurai Nation thing.
Yeah.
And he actually owns one, and he's showing us what it can do.
But that's the beauty of it, dude. Because there's nothing better than a synth renegade picking up a piece of gear because he loves it, and then making a video because he loves it, and producing something of that insane quality. Like, come on. Now, while we're at it, let's jump over here to the Moog Muse off of Jack's patch reaction from Anderton's today. Shout out to Anderton's, awesome site. I actually find him one of the most entertaining sites. I love Jack's, the way he gets on.
Yeah, Jack's awesome.
I love he's wicked with his guests and stuff, and he plays cool stuff. But I think I loaded up this one first, and you gave me another number. Tell me the number in a second.
I was at 1545.
1545. All right.
The keys. Moldy Moth. Yes, please.
There's your Mellotron, dude.
So, I mean, for a analog synthesizer to do the Mellotron like that, that's pretty cool, dude. You know I love the Mellotron too, man.
I do, and I'm sold. I'm
sold too. Frigate, I'm back in. I'm back in, baby. I'm back in.
The Machines one said to me today, he's like, "Oh, you should get rid of your DeepMind 12, your Rev, and your Matrix Brute, and buy just that." And I said, "No."
Well, you know, you got to keep them all, man. What do you say, 1542?
50. It's around 1544. Do that.
Okay.
And
hopefully, don't get the deodorant lady.
So the reason why I was trying to find this today, the reason why I bring this up, because he makes a valid point about poly aftertouch. So go ahead and
all right, here we go. Here we go.
One thing else. Controversially, I'm going to be somewhat critical. I'm spoiled. I know I'm spoiled. But some of these other big synths the last couple of years, I'm missing that poly aftertouch. Finally, I'm feeling it, especially if you're going to split it up. And I want to dig in with this right hand with the split capabilities. Turkish Diplomat, got to play that. Got to play that.
That sounds like you could do some 1930s music with that or something, dude.
It's funny because what I like about Jack too is he's not a shill, dude. He doesn't give a shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love
he
him.
works for a store, right? And his job is to say, "Hey, this is what I think." You know?
Yeah.
And he was being honest. Yeah. I mean, I didn't expect that, to be honest with you, from the Moog Muse to have poly aftertouch. I really didn't. But when, you know, you brought up that point, I know you made that point a long time ago. And then to hear him say it, I kind of say to myself, well, you know, I mean, how much more expensive would it have been? I mean, you know, like I said, the Osmos is only $1,700, and that has a synth engine in it. The ASM Hydrasynth has poly aftertouch in it. I paid what, $1,100 for that, or something like that?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I just don't, you know, I'm kind of like, okay, so maybe Moog missed the mark on that. Who knows?
Let me propose something to you. Now, they just came out with the Moog Muse, which is basically, if you ask me, that's the battleship the starship into the future for Moog. This is launching them now. It's such a huge release. It sounds amazing. The hype is real. I think at this point we can say the hype is real. The issues are almost non-existent, which is crazy. So far, almost non-existent.
I haven't heard anything bad since the paling and the
which was like one in how many? So that's not an issue. To me, that's like an anomaly. Besides that synthesizer's got so much, like just those couple little sounds there, from a Mellotron to what Vic did to that last Turkish diplomat patch, is insane. A very, very huge spread. Now, what if they're just saying, you know what, let's save the polyphonic aftertouch for the next one. Let's save it for the 12 or the 16 voice we're going to come out with, you know? Let's save that for what we wanted the Moog 1 to be, you know? Let's save all the bells and whistles for the Big Daddy, you know?
Yeah, I mean, if they come out with a Moog Muse 2, or if they call it something else, and it's, you know, I mean, how many voices are on this? I forget. Is it
8? Moog Muse is 8.
8. So they might come out with a 16.
Yeah, I mean, 16, even a 12 would be nuts.
Yeah.
I like 12. For some reason, I like 12. I don't know why. I just like 12.
Well, that's why you should get a DeepMind 12.
Dude, listen, man, DeepMind is pushed to the side at the moment. We're up in the upper echelons of gas now, dude. We're in the helium zone, dude. We're flying high. All right, so let's check this one out real quick just to get a comparison, because we're still in the gas radar zone, and this is the Elta Solar 42. A quick little taste now for all you guys out there who are gassing over the Elta, which we just looked at right here. Okay, the pink Panther. Okay, I love the Pink Panther.
I know you do.
Yeah, but out of all these, I think the one I like the most is the military green, dude. Oh,
yeah, I have to say that is pretty cool.
I like that. You know, because you know what it looks like? It looks like something you'd find in an old Soviet bunker. You know, if you went down there. So I'm like, oh, damn. So that's cool. So let's check this out here just to get a
cool
taste.
To get a skin, like a camo skin for it.
Oh, yeah, dude. I got to get camo skins for all the gear now. I got all these knives. All right, let's go. Dude.
That's what I'm saying, man. I was like, I've watched almost every single one of these videos, dude.
If that's also all onboard effects from those little cartridges they got, that's it. Okay, I'm assuming it's all onboard effects. I think it is, because in the Miles Away video, he basically said his whole demo was done with the Infinity cartridge, which is like a huge shimmer ambient reverb.
Right.
But dude, okay, that's that one. Let's check this one out real quick. This is sound demo 3.
And this is the original 42 before the F model.
This is for the F. And what's the F got? Do you know what the upgrade is?
I forget what he said it was. I mean, dude, I totally OD'd on these videos.
Dude, look at it though.
It looks like a spaceship.
It's crazy. I love it. That's
and I love that it's semi-modular.
Damn,
so you can patch it, you know?
If that was a chick, I'll be planning my approach. You know what I mean? All right, let's roll. All right, I don't know if everyone can read that. That says all improvisations are recorded one take, no overlapping tracks. All sounds in the video are from the Solar 42. Crazy.
That's one of those spirit chord ones, dude.
Dude. Oh. All right, Traitor to the Living, man. I know you're loving this thing too. Echo, dude, come on, bro. I'm getting it. Dude, I'm getting this. I don't care. I'm getting this one. I'm finding a way to get this.
It's amazing. Did you notice on both these videos, in the middle, there's this boom pad?
Yes, that little yeah,
it looks like a little planet exploding.
Yeah.
And when you hit that, that's the percussive pad. Yeah. That you can actually, I think, tune the way you want it. He used it in the opening as just a big boom sound. It's crazy, dude. It's gotta be, I wish we could find a video though with the, this is the F series.
All right. So this is what it got, Lo. It's got a new stable filter circuit, stereo distortion, which obviously is insane. The filter section, fixed all the bugs, obviously, blah, blah, blah. Added a sub oscillator, less noise, headphone volume now, blah, blah, blah. Band pass, stereo distortion mode added to the filter, LED indication in the joystick, toggle switches, color, blah, 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 blah. So anyways, yeah.
But I wish we could find the video where you could see them using like the D-Beam thing, because that was really cool. I forget which video it was. I don't know if I sent you one. But dude, that sounded amazing.
I mean, to me, that's the sound I'm always looking for. I don't know about you, bro.
All you need is that and a Muse and a drum machine and you're golden. You don't need anything else.
All right. I am calling it today. Mark the date. Synth Samurai will have a Moog Muse and a Solar 42F. Okay?
Okay.
Mark it down.
2025.
Hold me to it, people. Hold me to it. I got to do it. Don't let my gas dissipate. I got to get a hold of these two things, man. Come on.
Yeah. It's crazy, dude. Now, can you get anything like that out of the Ambient Zero?
Oh my God, dude. I mean,
Ambient Zero has
you can get a lot, but I'm just looking at how they set up the controls on that thing.
But how many patches can you play on the Ambient Zero?
It's got 4 layers.
4 layers.
4 layers per patch. And then it's got,
because that has 4, that's 4 as well.
It's got 8 what do you call them? Whatever, molecules, right? So it's got 8 functions per layer. It's pretty intense, dude.
So I mean, that's why I'm saying it's a lot like that. I think it's laid out better, obviously, because it's bigger and there's more to it as far as like knobs and stuff go.
Yeah.
But I just think I mean, that track right there, I would buy that if that was on like you know, I would download it and put it in a playlist if that was on Spotify or Apple Music, because that patch was great, dude.
If that was $1,000, I'd buy it right now on camera. If that was $1,000, I'd buy that right now.
I would too.
And so don't anybody go finding one on Reverb for $1,000, because Hans Volt almost made me buy the Mark I friggin' ELZ Mark I, because it was
the first one,
yeah. But we did some due diligence and found out that was the old one. Yeah, so that's the Solar 42, man. Let's move on. Those two synthesizers are absolutely extraordinary. They're both beautiful aesthetically, sound wise, out of this world. What are you picking right now if you could take one?
God, why do you do this to me,
Come on, man. Right now, let's go. What are you doing?
I'd go for the Muse.
I'd go Solar 42.
Really?
Pink.
All right, then we'd have to get together and do a gig.
Oh my God, dude. If you had the Muse and I had the Solar 42,
we'll just go, we'll just tour.
Oh,
we'll just make ambient sounds.
3. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Uncle Jerry on the Oberheim, Hans Volt on the Soviet vintage, Machines 1 on the modular, Vic Korftron on the.
I was going to say Vic Korftron. We'd have to go to Europe to jam out with him as well.
Yeah, man. Hey, all the boys are here tonight, man. Hayes Anderson, what's up? Hans, what's up? Trader to the Living, what's up, baby? All right, so let's move on.
What's up, guys?
That's Muse done. That's Solar 42 done. Absolutely epic synthesizers. Now let's get to the. Let's not bury the lead of the show.
Get rid of the MPC.
MPC is gone, dude. Already made the decision. MPC is gone, okay? I'm getting rid of that this weekend. I'm putting it up for sale. I promise. I'm getting rid of that because that there's $500 towards one of these beauties, dude. That brings me 1/8 of the way towards. Is it 1/8 or 1/4? No, 1/4 of the way towards. I told you I suck at math, dude. Yeah.
1/4 towards the Solar.
Yeah, 1/4 towards the Solar, and how many quarters towards the Muse?
A lot of quarters.
Yeah, right. So, all right. So the actual lead was top 3 Behringer synthesizers, man. We made this special just for Hans. Top 3 Behringer synthesizers. Top 3 Behringer synthesizers. If you could have them in your setup right now, I got mine picked out. I don't know what yours would be, but I would love to know yours, and I would love to know everybody's in the chat. What would be your top 3 Behringer synthesizers if you could only have 3? My friend, I'd love to hear what you think.
So I would go, obviously, with the DeepMind 12.
And why?
DeepMind 12's poly, so you got to have a poly.
Yep.
Right? I would go with the monopoly, because that's duophonic, correct?
Paraphonic 4, baby.
Paraphonic.
Yeah,
right?
4.
And then I would probably. Now these are just synths, right?
Yeah.
Just synthesizers.
Just synths, man. Just synths.
I would probably do the Model D.
Oh, you go Model D, eh?
Poly D, sorry.
Poly D? Oh, yeah. So you'd go monopoly, Poly D, and DeepMind?
Yeah.
Definitely a beefed up setup for sure. That's beefcake to the max, dude.
All analog, baby.
That's all analog, dude. Well, whoa. DeepMind's DCOs, bro.
Oh, come on, man.
I gotta put it in there. It's got the DCOs, dude.
So did the Juno 106.
Yeah,
all right.
So all right, that's true. So I think we might have some crossover, man. Let's see what the chat's saying. 2600 Model D and Solina with the VC340. That's 4. Ooh. That's 4. And the MS1. Okay, so Hayes wants 5. All right, Uncle Jerry's World says Model D, Pro 1, and K2. Machines 1 says it's 2500 modular, UBXA, and 2600. Tactical MIDI, UBXA, Pro 800, ARP 2600, and a DeepMind. He went 4. Listen, people can't just stick with 3. Maybe we should have done 4. All right, you add one more, number 4. You can put one more in there.
All right, number 4, I would do the RD9.
Oh, good call. Good call.
That way there, I got my bass, I've got my lead, and I got my poly.
Good call,
and I got a drum machine.
Good call. For me, these are my picks. First up, I did the Pro 800. 8 voice, fully analog, with patch storage and presets.
You could do dual 800s.
You can do a dual. Actually, so we'll count that as one then, since I get 4. Okay, so dual 800s. That's what I do first. Dual 800s. The next one might surprise you. The monopoly.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. Thing's amazing.
The monopoly is so awesome. $489, dude. $110 price drop. Not bad.
That's good.
Hey, 50% off Labor Day sale. 50% off
Special
what,
financing?
Though? I don't know. Always. So the monopoly is super cool. Like you just said, it's a 4-voice paraphonic. And to me, I love paraphonic synthesizers. I love when you touch 4 notes and it triggers the oscillators at different points, and it creates these very cool, what do you call them? Timbres? Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Yeah, timbres. And then number 3 on my list, my baby.
There it is.
I'd go with the Deep Mind. And why is pretty much for the reasons you said, dude. It's a polyphonic behemoth. It's reliable. It sounds amazing.
Effects.
Tons of. Does it got aftertouch?
Yes.
It's got
doesn't
aftertouch.
have poly, but
doesn't have poly, but still got aftertouch.
Yeah.
Great built onboard effects, and you can control the monopoly and the Pro 800 with that. And if I had to add a drum machine, I would probably add the RD9 too. Because I like the RD8, but
I like the RD8 too, but I think the RD9 because I have a boutique TR9.
Mm-hmm.
And I have it in the storage in my closet. I'm thinking of pulling that thing out because it actually is a really cool little drum machine.
That's cool.
But the RD9 has a lot more features too. And the great thing about Behringer's is it's modeled as far as the outputs go. You can have individual outputs going into a mixer for separate channels, which is dope.
Cool. So so how many separate channels can you get going? 4?
I'm
12?
Oh no. I forget. Does anybody know in the chat? I mean, it's like all of them. It's like it's the snare drum, the bass drum, the claps, the toms, everything.
Oh, sweet.
So you could throw reverb and stuff on a snare drum. And that's what I like about the TR8 S and the TR8 is I have those going out into separate channels. So I can put, if I want a snare, if I want to put a different reverb on it, even though those come with effects, I like to use my own effects sometimes.
Yeah.
Just to get a different sound or whatever. And that's the nice thing about that. They don't have, there's only 4 on the back of those. But these on the Behringer ones, they have all of them just like the originals, which is pretty sick.
See, drums are my weakest link. I'm not really, I kind of just use drums just to have them. I've never really got into them too much. So that's interesting, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I'm a drummer. So like I that's why the opening thing that you were playing, the Afro beat stuff, that was great, man.
Did you like that?
Yeah.
I figured I'd do some Africana tonight, you know?
That was great.
Yeah, big time.
A little bit of, what do they call it? A hand, what's it called? A calumbra?
Hand pan.
Yeah, well, the calumbra too, the little finger thing.
Calumbra, you wanna buy some things, buy some things, buy some things with my money.
Since Samurai is
buy some things with my money. All right. Okay, that's some tunes there. Sample it.
Oh shit.
All right. So that's it, man. I think that's pretty cool. I think that's a cool.
You got your own language going on there, bro.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I'm into it. All right. So the other thing we got to talk about is I was going to show this little quick video here because I liked it. And I think you liked it too. Where is it, man? Hold on. Get it pulled up here. There we go. This is from Limbic Bits. This is the Sonicaware ELZ_1 play. Absolute brutal name, but a very cool sounding synthesizer. And I found out it's in a metal casing, not plastic, which kind of justifies the $5.99 price tag a little more when it's encased in metal, I guess, you know? But let's just check out the sounds on this beauty, all right?
Yeah.
And I think Limbic Bits is one of the sound designers for Sonicaware because when I opened up the Ambient Zero, his name was next to 2 or 3 patches.
Oh, cool.
So it's cool. So let's check it out. I'm telling you, don't sleep.
That was good.
Don't sleep on the ELZ-_1- player. Okay.
It's up there with the Mini Freak price. I mean, how many patches does it have in it?
I'm not sure how many patches. It's got 4. I think they said it's got a 4-layer looper or a 4-instrument looper. You can loop into it, so you can patch your synths into it and use it as a looper. It's got obviously tons of effects. I should bring up the website, but I did last time. Let's listen to the second patch.
One sec.
Yeah.
So how many user banks does it have?
How many user banks? Let me just hold on there now. Let me pull it up here. Since we do have the luxury of internet, you know.
I mean, I could have looked it up too. Sorry.
It's all good, bro. See what we got. So let's go products. Let's go to Easy Play 1. Let's go back to our screen. All right. So let's see what it's got. Proudly digital, dangerously different. 17 distinctive synth engines, 28 effects to elevate your sound, flexible 4-track looper to layer, loop, remix, instruments redefined, velocity-enabled keyboard with built-in stereo speakers. But and you want to know how many patch banks it's got in there? How many patches? Yeah. Let's see if we can find that for you. Anyway, it's got a drummer in there. It's got the STK drummer. It's got a lot of stuff that their live and synthesizers got too in them, I think, as well. FM, effects. Let's see if we can get a patch bank under the Spectrews. Specs. Can you see that as good as me?
No, man, I can't see for shit.
28 types. Come on, man. Tell us how many patches. Okay, 128 sequencer, 37 keys. Man, I'm not seeing it. I don't know if I'm blind, but I'm not seeing it. If someone knows, someone else look it up while we're doing this and throw it in the chat. What's the patch bank on this? How many presets does it come with? I can't see it. But let's jump back here to where we were.
So that one is Black Keys.
Black Keys Special Edition. The white keys don't look as good, if you ask me.
No, they don't. Looks cheesy.
It looks bad, actually. The white keys look bad.
The white keys almost make it look like a toy.
The white keys make it look like a toy. You are exactly right. Let's check this out.
Ooh, that sounds like a Mini Freak patch.
Yep. Four banks, 518 patches.
Wow. Nice effects.
Yeah, man.
Remind me of a Mini Freak.
It's got some Mini Freak to it, man.
It's very digital sounding. It's cool.
Last one. So 509. What do you think? 599 bucks. I mean, you can't really tell, but Black Keys definitely way better.
Look cooler with purple keys.
Oh, dude, purple. Put something pink. Let's get some
or
pink.
Red.
Let's get some choppy colors in this one.
Actually, that would look cool with electric pink keys, man. That would look pretty sick.
Neon pink keys would look nuts with a big kiss mark on the bottom, on the top right. Big lipstick mark.
All right, now you're out of control.
Yeah, Dr. Endo, big lipstick mark, right on the top left corner for us. That'd be sweet. That'd be cool if Dr. Endo was like, "That's my trademark now." Lipstick stamp.
Lipstick.
Yeah, male lipstick stamp. It would fit in the synth world perfectly, wouldn't it, Echo?
Oh God, no comment, bro.
All we need to go with it would be a latex glove, and we're all sorted.
Jesus Christ.
All right, let's keep rolling. So that's the Sonicaware, super cool. And then we had one more thing we were going to look at, which was the this right here, the Behringer K2 MK2.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if anyone saw this today, Starsky
Yeah,
Carr's video.
I was watching some of it, yeah.
So I think the only difference is I went and scrolled a bunch of this before dinner, and the only difference is apparently big differences.
Is the FM switch, right?
Yeah, FM switch, and it's got oscillator sync, and that's apparent. And
That's right, yeah.
It's not yellow anymore, it's white. Right? The lettering is white. But
yeah, the text is white, yeah.
Let's listen to...
It sounds real nice,
yeah,
man.
This is Starsky Car. I'll like it. Boom. You know, we all love Starsky, right?
Yep.
Okay, I admit it, I may have a problem. I really don't need this. I've already got the Korg MS-20, but when this popped up in my feed at Tommen...
Looks freaking cool, though, I gotta say, man. There's a lot going on there.
It does
just £170. I couldn't resist.
Like a Rev 2.
I wanted to have a play with the new sync and the new FM features, and I may or may not have had...
Rev 2 is like a K2 who had a little too much cake.
a little drink or two and been in a particularly good mood while basking on a sun lounger in the Mallorcan sunshine. So this is just a very quick look at those two new features.
Man, that sounds nasty.
Cool, you can stack for 16 voices too.
That sounds
We've got
really
these
good.
two switches here for sync and FM.
Then sound.
It's lovely. All those lovely FM tones you might expect.
$199, dude. I mean, seriously.
That's a good deal, man.
I think that's a friggin' good deal, man.
What he said in UK it was what? It was 179 pounds or something like that. Or?
British sterling, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, 179.
That sounds awesome.
Sync FM, pulse width modulation, oscillator sync, and I think that's it sounds a little more unique than the other modules, don't you think?
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah,
it reminds me a lot of the MS1 because it's got that FM, the FM synth knob on it, which is I get some dirty, nasty sounds out of that thing.
Yeah, I was reading in the forum earlier too that people said they were talking about the old Behringer K2 Mark 1. If you pair that with the Neutron, apparently it gets nuclear, dude. When you start patching them up, yeah. And I can only imagine with the FM now, maybe pair that up with the Proton.
Proton's cool, man.
Oh, love the color, dude.
The Proton's cool, and it sounds really nice.
Oh, it sounds amazing.
I just don't have room.
Oh, dude, there's always room for a Behringer module.
I still haven't done my studio over, and you know what's going to happen because when I know it's going to happen because when I do the studio over, I'm going to have that room.
Yeah.
Because everything's going to be this way and not this way.
I'm excited for that. I'm excited to see how you make that more spaceship like.
It was supposed to be when I was off last week, but you know, I just was chilling, man, and you know, I was hanging with my wife and stuff, and I was like, I was not in the mood.
Yeah, maybe
it's gonna take a lot of work.
You got to put in that QT. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got to put in QT.
Quality time with the wife.
That's right, dude. And the other thing about it, I was thinking about this. What do you think about this idea? So I'm struggling with a similar situation as you. I feel like this spaceship is it's missing a couple more parts before full blast off, but I'm thinking about making an escape capsule. Okay? So I'm thinking outside the box here because I've always been thinking, oh, I got no room left in the spaceship to really start putting stuff unless I really start remodeling. You know what happens then? You sometimes you lose the magic when you start moving stuff around and you lose that moment that you're in. So I'm thinking about maybe making an escape capsule somewhere else in the house with the ambient zero, some Behringer modules, some other things that aren't huge, but I can go down there, pop in a separate set of headphones and use an escape capsule, you know, instead of starting up studio, just flick the power bar, boom, I'm in my little escape capsule. So imagine the Solar 42 with some Behringer modules and maybe that's it, dude. You know, Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. Just a little ambient space capsule. Just to
the Solar 42, the Proton. The Neutron,
the K2,
and the Model D that you have, and then because I mean they're all those are all modules, and you have the mini log.
Maybe we'll do this. I could do the Model D. I could do the Neutron. I could do I got the mini log XD. You're right.
Which is Poly.
Is Poly, and I just need a couple guitar pedals because I ain't using those damn plugins. Okay? No matter what you and Uncle Jerry try to tell me. Forget it.
Dude. Even if you just invested in the Valhalla ones for $50 each.
If I hear Valhalla one more time from a non-Viking, I'm gonna lose my mind.
I'm just telling you, man. You know, I'm like,
you actually look like a Viking, so you can say it.
Well, I'm part Lithuanian, so
You and Jerry are Vikings. That's why you're always trying to get me to get that Valhalla Shimmer. Screw that.
I'm telling you, man. The Valhalla Shimmer and the Supermassive are two great plugins. It's $100, dude.
Yeah, well, you know what? You know what I can get for $100? I can get the new pedal by what's that company?
Zoom
pedal for $149.
Multi-effects, yeah, $149.
I can get the multi-effects pedal to go with all those synthesizers through. I just need a mixer that's got an FX send, which I think this crappy little Behringer, shouldn't say crappy, this little Behringer.
Wow.
Well,
you heard that, Behringer bros.
This little mixer I got here. By crappy, I meant small. You meant
inexpensive, sir.
Yeah, I meant inexpensive. See, even the Behringer bro gets caught up in that sometimes, Just because it's cheap don't mean it's crap. Can we all agree? Can we agree?
That's true.
You know what I mean?
I got 3 Behringer mixers in my studio.
You got 3?
Yeah.
I got to get my new Behringer mixer. So check this out,
They sound great. And they're very low. Low noise, and I like them.
Right here.
Yes.
$149.
The Zoom pedal. I like the original one. This one kind of looks cheesy for some reason. I don't know why. The original Zoom pedal.
Oh, you think the other one's better? Let's pull up the original, see what that looks like.
It was I don't know, it just looked more solid to me.
Yeah, I do agree. I don't like those little pads, but I think those pads have a purpose.
They do, yeah.
I don't
know, they still make the original?
I don't know. Let's have a look. I don't see it on here. You probably get it on Reverb though.
Yeah.
But it's cool. Like you were telling me when we were talking about it, you got multiple pedals. You can chain them. You can chain them in different orders, up to 4 effects. So you imagine $149. What do you got? 43 chorus, 29 delay, 33 reverbs, and 44 dynamic filter effects. EQ, compression, noise reduction, blah, blah. So, man, that's a friggin' beast for $149. I'm buying it tomorrow.
Yeah, and a lot of people that play synths own those. Zoom makes cool stuff, man.
Yeah, Zoom's cool.
I had a Zoom camera that I used for a while, and I gave it to a friend of mine. And so he's using it now, but,
It's got a friggin' screen on it, too.
Yeah, so the other one did, too.
So why don't we brainstorm about making some escape capsules? Would your missus mind you setting up an escape capsule in the kitchen?
Yes,
somewhere?
very much. Yes,
just right next to the coffee machine, a Behringer stack with a headphone.
No,
just think about it. A little Behringer
you don't understand.
Yeah.
You don't understand. This is it, dude. Right? It's like the rest of the house is hers. I got nothing. Listen, I can't even hang anything on the walls back there. This is hers. I got my man cave. When we move, I told you we're moving. Hopefully in 2025, we're going to get a bigger place. And the place that I was looking at has a basement, probably the size, 3 or 4, actually 4 sizes of this room. And it's finished. And that's where I'm going to go. And at that point, I'm going to put a 65-inch screen on the wall. I have big plans if we do this. And then she can have the whole 3 floors. It's a townhouse. She can have the rest of the house, man. As long as I got a big place, I'm happy.
I love it. I love the idea. As long as you got the space, the synth space, she can have the rest of the place.
Yeah, I mean, this was when I, this is a spare bedroom, and I said, well, ain't nobody sleeping here, so.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, let's hope so.
We had my niece over from California, and she slept on the couch, and she was happy.
Yeah, well, listen,
you know what I mean?
That's what we had with the room here. I was like, listen, I don't really think we should be, this room is kind of just for this. We don't need to be setting up any air mattresses in here for any drifters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. It's just put them on the couch.
Yeah, listen, the couch is good. It's fine. It's very comfortable. All right.
You know how much couch surfing I did when I was a kid?
I love the couch, don't you?
When I was in my 20s, man, if I got too baked or whatever, I'd be like, hey, man, can I crash on your couch?
Yeah. Big time, dude. I used to crash on couches everywhere, dude.
It was great.
Everywhere.
My friends didn't give a shit because they'd crash on my couch if they were too drunk or whatever. You know what I mean? So
yeah, my first year when I was over in Korea, I didn't even buy a bed. I slept on the floor the whole time for like a year and a half on the floor.
Yeah, when you're young, you could do that. Now my old bones would be aching and stuff
when I got a bed, I slept for a week. I didn't wake up for a week. I was like, oh, frig, that's what a freaking bed feels like. You know what I mean?
Dude, on tour, sleeping in the back of a van.
Oh,
bro, sleeping on gear. A sleeping bag, sleeping on like road cases and stuff. Trust me.
Yeah, dude.
We'd rent a hotel room just to take showers and then sleep. We take turns sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, sleeping in a bed was amazing. Because it was just like, I remember sleeping at sub-zero temperatures because somebody had to sleep in the van, and we would literally draw straws so that the van wouldn't get broken into, so we wouldn't lose our gear.
Dude,
that kind of stuff.
I slept on top of a reservoir one night just because.
Really?
Yeah, we were out drinking in high school, and I grabbed a backpack and threw the sleeping bag in there, and everyone was like, all right, we're taking off. I was like, I'm taking off too. And I went to the local reservoir, climbed up on top of it, and just slept up there.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's sweet, dude. So listen, I wanted to show you this thing because you're American, and usually in America, things are always bigger and better. I'm a man of the world, I'm a Kamerican. I'm a Korean Kamerican. That's kind of what I'm.
Yeah, Korean Kamerican.
I'm a Korean Kamerican.
Right.
And you aren't going to believe this thing, dude. Feast your eyes on this.
The big arch. What the hell?
This is Canada's 2 Canadian beef patties. All right.
Can you plug it in?
None of that. Yeah. This here, each sesame seed creates a frequency, dude. The cheese got aftertouch, all right? But you turn the top for the filter. No, this is the Canadian version. I don't eat McDonald's.
Me either.
If you want to eat it. I don't care. But I don't eat it because it usually gives me the shits. But this is the Canadian version to beat the American Big Mac. It's called the Big Arch. And
well, if it's made in Canada, then it's probably not made by Bill Gates's corporation.
Yeah.
So it's probably real beef.
No GMO and all the rest of the stuff that's sticking in that beef. But this is the Big Arch. It's basically a quarter pounder. That's a Big Mac.
I gotta say, that looks really good.
Now, it looks good. Very, very good. The thing is, does it taste good? I looked in America. I was like, I haven't had McDonald's since what year? 2011 is the last time I had McDonald's. In South Korea, me and the missus got on the scooter, drove home after the bar one night, stopped into McDonald's, picked up, I can't remember what she got. I can't remember what I got. I think I got a Big Mac. So I usually got a Big Mac and a cheeseburger with chicken sauce on it and a large fries. Went home. We both ate it. Woke up the next day, dude. Oh, just like stomach and knots.
The last time I ate, it was a Burger King chicken sandwich. And I was playing with my band at the time when we were doing a show, and I was hungry. And I said to my wife, I said, hey, listen, can you just grab me a Burger King? She's like, really? I said, yeah, just grab me a fries and a chicken sandwich and a drink. Now, I never eat before I perform, but we were there all day rehearsing and stuff. And this is when I did the vampire opera.
Yeah.
And I ate that thing before I went on stage. And let me tell you, I was dying, dude. I was halfway through the show. My stomach was killing me. Never again.
Yeah.
Never again.
I mean,
that was 2011. That was 2011, dude. That's really weird.
So you just saw the picture, right?
Yeah.
All right. So this is two of the boys from where I'm from, Newfoundland, Canada. They got a fast food review show.
Oh, cool.
This is what it actually looks like.
All right. So
And
they never look like the picture.
Let's see what they're saying.
Barbecue quarter pounder. Nope. Spicy chicken nuggets. Nope. What is it, Nerdy Newfie? What is it? It's the new biggest burger ever. The Big Arch. Ah! Let's go! Wow. This is blowing my expectations out of the water. This is way bigger than I anticipated, because I was like, quarter pound patties. I mean, it's not gonna be any bigger than a double quarter pounder. But with this bun, it's definitely bigger. All right, Big D, it's time to dig in to
It's
this
like a double Whopper.
monstrosity. That's a burger. The Big Arch. Toast it, Big D. Bang.
These guys look like they know how to
It's
eat.
saucy. I'm liking the white cheese. It definitely adds a little bit of a different flavor.
All right, that's enough of the boys chowing down, but
What'd they give it?
oh, you want to see the final review? What they gave it? All right, hold on, let's see. Ooh.
It was delicious. I think I got a new favorite burger at McDonald's. Maybe it deserves hard on 4.6.
4.6 out of 5.
4.6 out of 5. That's a pretty good score,
That's a good score, yeah.
I think. Pretty good score. All right, so I just wanted to show you that because that's a Canadian burger, all right, from McDonald's.
the last time I was in
fish nonsense you got down here.
Well,
Dude, don't even tell me you're a Filet-O-Fish guy.
don't make fun of the Filet-O-Fish, bro.
Dude, are you a Filet-O-Fish guy? I knew it.
No. At Friendly's, we used to have a thing. Friendly's was an ice cream parlor that used to serve a fishamajig sandwich. That's what it was called.
Okay.
That was really good. But I was going to tell you this. So when I was in Quebec, notice how I said that? I said it right.
Quebec.
Right? Quebec, right?
Yeah.
My wife and I were up there for a couple of weeks, and one thing I loved, and this is, my wife and I have been married for 20 something years now. And so this is on our honeymoon, right? And so we went up to old Quebec City, and it was really cool. And one thing that I don't know if it's like that now, because I know that you told me that Canada is really messed up now. But a lot of the places that we ate at still used animal fat, like lard, to cook their French fries in. And I got to tell you, I grew up on that stuff. It wasn't until the late 70s, early 80s. Now I'm dating myself. That all of a sudden it was like, let's do vegetable oil because it's better for you.
Yeah, no
Well,
thanks.
if you're eating this shit every day, of course it's going to be bad for you.
Yeah, exactly.
But I got to tell you, man, the French fries, I had poutine. Is that how you say it?
Poutine.
Poutine? Bro, that was the best thing I've ever eaten up there. It was delicious.
Poutine in Quebec is nuts, bro.
Oh,
You get big chunks of steak in it,
Steak,
and beef, and
the curd, the
curd and the gravy, man. The curd and the gravy, dude. Come on.
All right, I'm done.
Yeah, I'm done too, dude. It's too delicious, man. So I guess we'll wrap it up now. But so just to put a button end on everything. Oh, one other thing we should talk about real quick. Not poontang, baby, poutine. Okay, poutine, not that poontang. All right.
I like poutang too, but that's beside the point.
Yeah, we all love it. You know what I mean? Well,
Not all of us.
not
but
all of us, but they love. Come on, they love the pootang. All right. So the last thing I wanted to talk about was the Arturia Keylab MK3. I left it till last because I feel like it was it got shot out of the cannon with a whimper. It didn't really. What do you got to say?
The net.
What do you got to say about that?
They missed the net on it, and it splattered all over the place. I told you my buddy Melvin, he was gonna buy one.
Yeah.
He was looking at that and the the Native Instruments one. And I looked at it. So we were having lunch together yesterday, and that's when it dropped yesterday. And he was like, "Oh, check it out, man. I was hoping this would happen. What do you think of it?" So we were watching the video and we checked it out. And I said, "Well, the screen's really nice on it. I mean, it's nice that there's a colored screen on it now. But it doesn't have what, Samurai?
It doesn't got that polyphonic aftertouch, my man.
Come on, man. It's like
no full touch either. I think everybody was kind of like, oh, sweet. They're going to do a MIDI controller that actually has the Polybrute full touch, you know? And then it would have been... people will always say this stuff like, dude, it's a business. You got to run a business and release your SKUs over time, you know?
But it's a MIDI controller.
I know.
And the other thing is what's one of their #1 selling synthesizers?
They would have sold a crap ton of them. They would have sold a crap ton of them.
Pigments is MPE.
What are you competing with? The Korg Key Stage, Polyphonic Aftertouch. You're competing with the Native Instruments one that you were talking about earlier.
The Nectar.
The Nectar. And then fill in the blank of whatever other ones you're talking about. But
the new was it the new M Audio one?
The new M Audio one's deadly too, right? As far as MIDI controllers go. But I don't think this is anything to there's not much to talk about, to be honest with it. It came out. It's a higher quality keyboard, higher quality key bed, and higher quality screen. And that's pretty much it, right? I mean,
and that was the thing. And, you know, Melvin said to me, he's like, yeah, man. He goes, I don't understand why they did this. Like, he goes, they should have come out with Poly Aftertouch on it. I believe, because I have the V-Synth collection. I should go back and look at it. I'm pretty sure most of the V-Synth collection is MPE based. The latest version of it is. I know I use Pigments with the Osmos, and it sounds amazing, you know? So I don't know why they didn't do that. Like you said, there's not much to talk about on it. MIDI controllers are cool. I know some people that's all they have in their studio because they jam out of the box. They use nothing but VSTs and AUs and plugins.
Yeah.
So you would think that people that do that, they would gear that towards that because there's a lot of musicians that do that. Not everybody has big studios, and they said they have the little escape pod kind of thing where they have a little studio set up with a laptop, and you know, and they're happy and they're doing their thing. And some of the stuff that's coming out of those studios is amazing, by the way. But you wouldn't know the difference. I don't think anybody would know the difference if they didn't tell you. But yeah, I was a little disappointed. You know, I mean, Arturia, that kind of disappointed me, man.
Yeah, I love Arturia.
Me too.
I think that, you know, maybe this was just a throwaway. Maybe it was like, get this MIDI keyboard out there. We need to do the Mark III. I just don't understand it. You know, you get the Astrolab, then you got, how much is it? What is it? $799? How much is it? Do you know?
The Astrolab?
No, the Keylab Mark III.
I think it's $599 or $699.
$699. You know, the Korg $799. So whatever. They probably just released it. It makes no sense that it doesn't have Aftertouch. When you're using all those VSTs that they got and stuff, and Pigments and all that, you should you need a MIDI controller with Aftertouch to really. I guess you don't. A lot of people don't think you need it, but I think it's a really cool feature to have.
How about bundling it with the V collection? Yeah. I mean, I remember when they came out with the lab there. What do they call it? The Keylab. The original Keylab, the smaller keyboard, didn't that had I think they bundled that with the Keylab sound modules, right? I'm pretty sure they did.
And doesn't the key steps have Aftertouch? Am I mistaken?
My key step has Aftertouch.
The friggin' key step got it.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. This does have Aftertouch, actually.
It has Aftertouch. It doesn't have Poly.
It doesn't have Poly Aftertouch. Yeah. So yeah.
Oh no, the little key step that I'm using for my my Wasp setup in the Cat.
Yeah.
That thing's great, dude. I've had that for like 4 years now.
Yeah.
I love that thing.
Yeah.
You know.
They missed the boat. They missed the boat on this one. It's a nothing release, and I don't know how many they're actually going to sell because I don't see the real point in upgrading your MIDI keyboard for that. And I don't see the point in buying that one over the other ones that are out there right now. So, is what it is, man.
I would use the Osmos as a MIDI controller.
Yeah,
literally. Like I Well, you saw what I could do with that keyboard, and I'm not even really a good keyboard player. I'm a what do you call it?
Yeah, you're
What is it? A multifaceted.
Yeah, you're like you're a Swiss Army knife, baby. You're a sonic Swiss Army knife.
Yeah. So a jerk of all trades. Isn't that what it's called?
I'm a sonic machete.
Dude, that blade kills me.
Look at this, dude.
I want to know what the holes are for.
Dude, the holes are for when you're cutting through that spicy beef. It gives you less friction.
Is that like a blood channel on a katana? Is that like,
probably. I don't know. It's serrated on the back too, like crazy. It's a sweet knife.
It is. It's awesome.
I wear that to work tomorrow.
Yeah, wear that to work, dude.
Yeah. Before we go, man, let me just throw something up here real quick because I know you did if anyone's into it, you know, me and Echo, we ain't sponsored. We're not running no sponsorships, nothing like that. We got no none of that kind of stuff. So all we really do is we got a couple t-shirts, and pretty much it's just me and Echo making them for each other and the Synth Renegades, whoever want one. And basically, they're just our own little clothing stores that we can go make t-shirts. And he's got some very cool ones. He's got the Behringer Bros one here is awesome embroidered. You got the new one, SynthNet, which is super cool.
Yeah, that's the
I love that one, dude.
That's the logo from was it Skynet?
Yeah, from
the
Terminator. Cool, right? Cool shirts. Synth Mafia, of course. I know Uncle Jerry picked up his Synth Mafia. I got the Synth Mafia.
Well, Banana Rider 69 did buy one of the Behringer Bros embroidered, and he posted it on the Discord, and he said it came out really nice. Like the embroidery came out. I haven't bought it yet because I'm waiting to get paid this week.
Yeah,
I'm definitely gonna pick one up.
Yeah. So if you guys want to get one, get one. If you don't. You know the deal.
Well, you said the reason why you started this is because you like to buy clothes that you like.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm gonna pick one of those up too. The green one is definitely the one that I'm buying, dude. The green and the pink there.
Yeah, we got this is the Synth Renegade line.
The Renegade shirts
are great. Sweatshirts. I think they're cool. I gotta get mine too. This is the one I did a custom one for the Machines one.
The Cream Dream.
Synth Renegade. Oh, the Cream Dream, baby.
Yeah, when'd you do that one?
I made that one the other day. This is a Polybrute tribute. The Cream Dream, I called it. You can get it.
Awesome.
You can get it in yellow. You can get it in chambray. You can get it in whatever color that is: butter, red, and
get it in black,
white. No black, much because it's the Cream Dream, dude. No noir.
Come on, bro.
But look at this. But the best part. So we got that. We got the pirate.
Yeah, but don't you listen? Oreos, bro. Oreo has cream inside.
Yeah, that's true too. We could do the reverse cream, and we got the Synth Renegade pirate patch. We got the
look at that.
We got Polybrute 12 over on the right sleeve, but the back, bro, the back is the best part. This is the Synth Renegades Cream Dream version for the Polybrute 12. This is a tribute for the Polybrute 12, all right? Cream Dream. If you're into the Cream Dream, go pick one up. It's up to you, but I'm getting the Cream Dream. And
that's the Full Blast one is awesome.
Full Blast is cool. The Machines one has the Machines one.
That's awesome.
I said if anybody wants a custom shirt, just email me and I'll throw the custom shirts are this. I'll throw something on the back for you. I threw the Terminator head on the back for the Machines one, and I put the Machines one on the sleeve. If you want something like that, tell me what picture you want on the back and what you want on the sleeve, and I'll make you a t-shirt. And yeah, man, we got lots of other stuff. Blah blah blah. Go down through the list. Synth Renegade.
That one's cool too.
Which one?
The Synth Renegade. That's the one I really like because it reminded me of the old Punisher shirts.
Yeah, the old school spray paint. And this here is my new logo now. This is the logo.
I like it.
Yeah, that logo with the thing.
Remember that guy I showed you?
Oh yeah, dude. The circle piano man.
That created the circle piano.
Yeah, we got the Behringer Bros shirts here. If you're into it, mount up. Since Kumite. So yeah, that's it. If you want one, go pick it up. If you don't, no big deal. Like I said, we're just making them for a laugh, to have a bit of fun, and basically make our jerseys.
I bought a Skynet shirt.
Oh, and one other thing before you say that.
Go ahead.
I made a promo code tonight if you want. Promo code for the t-shirt shop tonight, just for you viewers. If you want to get something, 13% off.
Ooh.
Is Renegade.
Oh, cool.
All right, that's the promo code. So if you want 13% off anything in the store, all items, 13% off, just for you guys tuning in tonight. And basically for my wife, because she said she's going to buy a shirt, so I gave her 13% off. Nothing's for free around here.
What a guy.
All right, listen, I was like, listen, Katana, you want a shirt, baby? I'll give you 13% off, all right? She's like, you serious? I'm like, yeah, I'm serious, man. You get it. So yeah, Echo, I'll meet you on the other side here now. You got anything else you want to say before we close up shop for
Yeah, I
tonight?
just wanted to say the reason why I made the SynthNet shirt was because I actually bought a Skynet shirt because I'm a big Terminator fan, and it shrunk so bad. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna make my own. And then I said, why am I going to call it Skynet? So I said, you know what, I'm going to call it SynthNet. And you know, if you'll read what it says on it, it says the Hybrid Synthesis Corporation or whatever. I forget what I wrote on it, but I thought it came out pretty cool. And it's a full blast shirt. And you notice on one of the sleeves, it does have an upside down anarchy flag.
Oh yeah,
black
right
and
here,
white.
look.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool, man. Analog digital hybrid synthesizer system. I dig it. ECHOKRAFT. Dude, that's amazing. Cool shirt. Very cool. That'd be cool embroidered too on the left chest.
I was going to get it embroidered, but they don't do, that's one thing they won't do is large embroideries. They'll do the small ones.
Yeah, yeah. But even that left chest small is cool.
Yeah, pretty cool. So
yeah, very cool, man. So that's awesome stuff. So we'll be back in 2 weeks. We're going to, I was talking to Synth Punk this morning. He wants to do a menage a trois.
Yeah, man, I'm down.
So I told him, listen, next week we'll gear it up. If you're down, we'll do it on that Synth Show channel. And we'll do a 3-way and just see what's going on, have a chat. If he's into it, he's got a busy schedule, so we'll check it out and we'll go from there. All right, my babies. So,
all right.
Echo, I'll see you on the other side. Everybody else, you enjoy your evening. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. You know, like, subscribe, share. All the people in the, pretty much all the people who are in the chat all have awesome YouTube channels. So when you're in the chat, go check everybody out. Go like and subscribe to everybody. Share each other's channels around. Support each other, because we're all out here just having a laugh, having some fun, loving life, loving synthesizers, and having a good time. All right? So
Synth Renegades, Samurai Nation, man.
Synth Renegades, Samurai Nation, Echo Universe, baby. Let's go.
All right, man.